And we are live.
Perfect. Okay. Hi, guys. This is Danilo and Todd here from, I think it's Team One. Yeah. So today our project, and so we'll divide this video in a couple of steps. About the seventh, we'll describe the 7-step process and how we problem about money calculation. So we'll take you through all the steps. We'll define the problem. We'll show the test matrix, the actual solution, and then we go to the algorithm and showing some code in Java, and show you briefly the test cases as well. After that, we'll go to show you the individual assignment, show our code regarding individual assignment. So basically, this will be the topics for our presentation. Yeah. So now we'll pass the word to Todd, and he will show you around and define the problem and show the test metrics.
Okay. All right. So let me show you guys our code here. So one of the problems that we decided to solve is whenever you buy anything at the general store or anywhere in general, you have to tell the computer to take your money away. Also, you need the computer to check to make sure you have enough money to buy the item. And also, you have to make sure that the item has a correct price, that the price on the item isn't negative, that there's not some error when we are coding in the price. So this is the algorithm that we came up with. So if you'll see, we have player money that can be less than 0. That will return a -1, or in other words, an error, sorry. And also the cost of the item that you're buying can't be less than 0. And also the player can't have less money than the item costs. Obviously, that will obviously cause problems too. So to define this problem, we created a test matrix here on Excel. And then we translated this test matrix into Java code. And we ran a test here on our game control. So basically, we put in an item cost of 1,600 with the player money of 600. Obviously, the player doesn't have enough money, so that will throw an error. Also, if the item costs $1,600 and the player has negative money, which shouldn't happen in the first place, but just in case it does, we have an error set to throw to -1 or an error. And then we also tested a normal case. So if the item costs $200 and the player has 600, then the player should have 400 left after he buys the item. So let's go ahead and test this algorithm, make sure it's working properly. If we run a test, hopefully everything will, and both tests were passed successfully. So our test is working fine. Our test matrix is working the way it should. So this algorithm is good to go.
Perfect. That looks great, Todd. Thanks. So now, if you don't mind, I can share my screen.
Yeah, go for it. Here, let me stop sharing.
Yeah. Thanks, Todd. So yeah, I'm going to share my screen with you, and yes, we can go through the second part of this presentation. That is about showing our individual code and display how we went through some views and problems. Okay, so in my case, we developed some. We divided groups with tasks, and I was in charge of the view regarding the occupation and team members. So let me show you. I will show you first the as a user point of view, and then we'll see how the code does that. Okay, so we run my project here. So it's asking us to enter our name, so the player name. So we'll type my name here, and then we have the welcome message, and Todd here created this nice menu for the main then I will this new second menu about the occupation, and this is the part of my presentation today. So okay, so we have this this menu about occupation, and you can choose between 1 and 4. So if by mistakes you write something between 1 and 4, again, I did an example of just strings, just characters. So if I try to put a number that is bigger than 4, it's still the same message, error message here, and we'll say, yeah, please choose 1 and 4. In the case I choose 4, because I'm not sure which one of the 3 to pick up, then the system will show a message with some information about the basically 3 rules here. And then when let's say I decide to go, you know what, I want to be safe, I will be the banker. So I press 1, and this moment the system will show me the second view. We tell you first the budget. This banker is $1,600, and then we'll ask the player to insert the name of the team member. So and then here we put Alma. And anyone else? Yeah, in Lama. Okay, and just after that is finished. So as you can see, we show you about the occupation menu and also the insert the members of this team. Okay, now let's see how it looks like in code. So this Oregon Trail Java file is our main is the file. So it's the Java file that contains our main function, and is the start of the programs. So the main menu and the place where it's asking for the player name is on the first these 2 lines here. But for this presentation on mine, I'm going to show you this other part where after the main menu has been displayed and the choice about to start new game and has been inserted, basically is happening here. Then is happening the occupation view is being called, and let's see the code. So display main menu. If we go into action here, and the case when n start a new game starts, then here we have the starting of the choose occupation view. So start new game function call this view choose occupation. That basically is a normal view as all the others. So will contain the display section, the get input sections, and the do action. So the display action is showing the do while statement here. Please note that the end of view here variable, for instance, is a local variable. So the lifespan of this variable is inside this function. It will not exist outside as is. So, and here we are passing the player object here. Okay. So yeah, so display of the occupation menu is first things is calling get inputs function, and this what it does is really just display the options here. As we saw before, the bank, the carpenter, and which one should I choose option. Then after this, and once we have a correct value, then the do action starts. And the do action, what it does basically is checking everything is fine, and if it is, then we'll call the second view, that is the view about the team member. So here we insert the view. Here we'll call the display for that view for the team members. So basically the one where we need to insert all the names of our members. Okay, so we go into display. Again, the view is done with the 3 functions, display, get inputs, and do action. And then, yes, as before, I mean, get inputs will display the menu options and ask people to enter the member's name. And then the do actions is the one that then will show like a summary of all the names inserted, and the software will terminate here. Okay, so I think it's all for my end.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Daniel.